Welcome everybody to update number 69. Yes, we're on the funny number. So don't have that much actually, despite the fact that we haven't done an update since June. I really don't buy all that much that I don't actually review on the channel. So we don't have a great deal, but what we have is some of it is quality for sure. First of which is one of the original kind of sci-fi films from 1955, and it is Conquest of Space. So not on the actual, cutting edge in terms of the genre. It's not from the early 50s like the day the Earth stood still and such. But yeah, it's a decent enough sci-fi film, and this is from Imprint. It was on one of their sales, so I figured since I have had some of their stuff on pre-order, I'd get this on top of that as well. Just because it's a film I like, and yeah, I'm really into my sci-fi from the 50s, so I figured I may as well get one of their releases, even if it's not the limited edition version. Then we have a couple of 4Ks that are new to 4K for this year. Not special, versions. They're not got a hard box or anything like that. But yeah, cracking films regardless. And the first of those is Erin Brockovich, which is celebrating its 25th anniversary, as you can see. And yeah, excellent film. Easily one of my favorite kind of legal dramas, I guess you could call it. And yeah, I haven't yet watched it on the 4K purely because I have just not had the time. It's not a short film by any means. I think it's like 2 hours 20 or something like that. Yeah, I can never find the running time on the backs of these things. You'd think they'd put them in a more blatantly obvious way. Yeah, there it is, 131 minutes, so 2 hours 11. So yeah, don't tend to have a lot of time for films that are more than 2 hours these days. Especially ones that I've already seen, yeah, but still, cracking film. It's got a few extras on it. You got the making of the film. You got a personality profile, which has the real Erin Brockovich in there. Deleted scenes with director commentary and the theatrical trailer as well. So yeah, it's a shame it's not had a much more limited edition kind of release, given it's its 25th anniversary. But yeah, still a great film. But an even better film is Harvey from 1950. Yeah, absolutely superb. Easily one of my favourite first time watches of this year so far. James Stewart is fantastic, and yeah, you can see how a modern version of this would ruin it in terms of how it goes about depicting his friend Harvey, who is obviously a giant bunny rabbit. But unlike the likes of Donnie Darko, it's not a horror film. It's not deeply psychological, or it does have a psychological side to it. But yeah, looks absolutely superb on 4K as well, and yeah, fantastic cast, and just a really engaging and also quite funny story as well. So yeah, that's one I highly recommend. Again, surprised it's not had a more limited edition release, but it does have some bonus features on it, like Aaron Brockovich did. You got a special introduction by film star James Stewart with photographic montage, theatrical trailer, 100 Years of Universal, the Carl Liami era, 100 Years of Universal, the Lou Wasserman era. So I imagine they were well-known producers or such at Universal at the time. And then from Vinegar Syndrome, who also had a sale on, as well as releasing new stuff at the same time. So I have several of their new releases as well that I'm going to be going through in individual reviews. But as far as the sale stuff goes, I do apologise, I am still suffering from a cold. I got the double feature release of Spectres and Maya. So I've not seen either of these films. Got them because it was purely A, it was on sale, and B, there's two of them. So, we can split the cost again in half between the two of them. So, yeah, that's literally the only reason I got it. Plus, being the horror season, I guess it's going to be a bit fun to watch the both of them. Both on their own discs as well, which is always nice to see. It means they've got confidence in either film on its own merits. And there's a whole host of special features on both of the films. I'm not going to go through them myself because I am figuring I'm going to enjoy them enough to want to actually review them for 31 Days of Horror that we're currently going through. So, yeah, might well see them in that series that we're currently doing during this October. And another one you might actually see is the Devonsville Terror. So, yeah, nice looking artwork on it, and it actually has the likes of Donald Pleasance in it, which is always a good reason just to buy a film, quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned. Don't think I've heard of any of the other cast though. But still, looks like an overall solid little 60s horror film. Oh no, 80s, I think. Is it? I can't. Sorry. Daylight is currently completely at a minimum. We're currently suffering through a storm at the moment, so daylight has been going in and out. At one moment it was all right, and then suddenly it is not. I think it's 60s or 80s. I can't really tell. But then finally, the pièce de résistance of the last few months of buying stuff. I found it on eBay for a surprisingly decent amount. Even came with the limited edition poster that was being sold with it in its original release, and yeah, only a few of those ever came with that poster. So yeah, and it is the Blaxploitation Classics Volume 1 from Shout Factory, I think it is. Yeah. So yeah, now, obviously, this doesn't look like the box was ever supposed to, because it did come with original artwork that had like a compilation of the kind of characters that are in the films all put together. But it was hideous. It actually looked awful. I don't know who did it, or who they commissioned to do it, or how much to pay them, or how much time they gave them. But regardless, it did look really, really rather bad. And they clearly went for a last minute job and just did this kind of like smoke effect on the back of this, which is lazy. To be honest, I would have preferred them to delay the release of by a week or two, at least give someone a chance to try it again, but they didn't, and yeah, that's the result of the box itself. So it's not a particularly interesting looking box set in terms of the visual and the physical aspects, but it is an interesting box set in terms of the films that are in here. As yeah, I like all of these, and I love at least 3 of them. So yeah, it's a 12-disc set, and that is because there are 6 films, and each comes with a Blu-ray and a 4K. So first up, we have the absolutely superb Across 110th Street. I think I've already reviewed this because Imprint released it on Blu-ray a while back. But yeah, really, really glad to have this on 4K. It's easily one of my favourite 70s films, and it got a great cast in the form of Anthony Quinn and Yaphet Kotto. And yeah, not gotten around to actually watching it again since I bought it on this 4K box set, but yeah, it this box set in general did nonetheless spur me on to much more blaxploitation films. A couple of these I actually watched before buying the box set. That's purely because I didn't know the box set was going to be so cheap on eBay at some point. So yeah, and I say cheap, cheap in respect to the fact that there's 6 4Ks, poster, and it is a box set in itself. So yeah, but this has had a new 4K scan restoration from the original camera negative. I'm sure it looks pretty good. And then we have Hail Caesar, Black Caesar even, Hail Caesar, Godfather of Harlem. So it stars can't remember his name now. Fred Williamson, who'd obviously go on to star in what was it? Is it From Dusk Till Dawn? I think it was. Regardless, another solid blaxploitation film. Not my favourite of this release, but yeah, I've certainly seen far worse from the genre at the same period. Then we have the follow-up, Hell Up in Harlem. I think I actually enjoyed this more than the first Black Caesar one, to be honest. I seem to remember doing so anyway. And yeah, again, a new 4K scan restoration from the original camera negative, which is exactly what Black Caesar had. And yeah, again, sure, it looks pretty damn good. All right, and then fourth, we have probably my favourite of the the more full-on blaxploitation. Across 110th Street is a blaxploitation film in some regards, but it's right at the start of that kind of era, I believe. Whereas this is kind of the encapsulation of that genre, and it is Coffee with Pam Grier, who is in another one of these films in this box set, but obviously she was also in the likes of Foxy Brown. I'm forgetting now. Black Mamba. I can't remember now. I am forgetting. I'm getting forgetful. But yeah, still an excellent film. Another 4K scan restoration, and yeah, she wields that sawn-off shotgun like a badass, quite frankly. And then Pam Grier again in Sheba, baby. Not as good as Coffee, not as good as Foxy Brown, but out of her blaxploitation efforts, it's probably third or fourth best. And yeah, she is once again really, really good. It's a real shame that her career of post 70s only briefly had a revival with Jackie Brown. For a long time, she was just in more supporting or minor roles. Um, Recently rewatched the Gene Hackman Tommy Lee Jones film, The Package, and even though she's in a good role in that, she's only in it very briefly, and it's just a shame that that's how her career turned out. Even post Jackie Brown, she didn't really get much else out of that one. And last but certainly not least is the hilarious but also really rather action-packed Truck Turner. Isaac Hayes is absolutely superb in this, and yeah, it's got some great action. It's also really rather funny as well, and yeah, it's easily one of the big surprises of the blaxploitation genre, really, because I figured I knew what I was getting in for. Yeah, it might have action, might have the usual nudity and such. But yeah, wasn't expecting it to be quite as funny as it is, and certainly wasn't expecting the action to be one of the best of the genre, quite frankly. So yeah, that's probably my third favorite out of the bunch. Um, but Across 110th Street is probably just the best film, regardless of genre or whatever genre you're going to put it in out of the bunch. But yeah, still, overall, a really, really solid box set. I'm hoping to get my hands on the second volume because that does have the likes of Foxy Brown in it. But again, depends on price and availability on the likes of eBay because unfortunately, I can't buy directly from Shout Factory in the US. They don't ship internationally, and yeah, that is a real a sad note, really, because Vinegar Syndrome does. So I don't see why likes of Shout Factory can't. Just doesn't make any sense to me, really. But yeah, that's it for update number 69. I know it's a bit shorter than normal, and certainly not as many films as normal either, but quality, not quantity, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, of all of the films I've seen, which is all of them apart from the two Vinegar Syndrome one, or three Vinegar Syndrome ones, they're all pretty damn good. So yeah, all worth seeing if you've not seen them already. But if you have seen any of these films before, that, to your thoughts on them. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.